driving a Jeep Gladiator on the freeway can be downright scary. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Rob Motive JT. And that's right, driving a Jeep Gladiator on the freeway can be downright scary. Now, you may be wondering, what the heck is he talking about? Well, let me tell you, I'm cruising around today in the RGV here in South Texas, and it is a pretty windy day. Now, this doesn't really have anything to do with wind in the Jeep Gladiator. I've talked about that before, but wind is a component of it. So I'm out here cruising around. I was on the freeway a little while ago, and it reminded me of a couple of longer distance trips that I've taken in the Jeep Gladiator on the freeway. Now, let me tell you first of all what I have. This is a 2020 Jeep Gladiator Sport S. It's not lifted, although it does have bigger tires, so it is a little bit higher off the ground, if that matters. I also have the Sunrider soft top installed, which, by the way, I saw recently as an option now for the Jeep Gladiator. So I don't know if they struck a deal with Best Top or something, or maybe it was always out there and I just didn't know. But I saw as one of the options you could add is the Sunrider soft top, the Best Top Sunrider soft top. So it is something that can be factory. So for anybody that says, well, gee, you added it, it's your fault. No, you can get it almost stock. I guess it's an option now. So I do have that top on the truck in lieu of the Freedom panels, the hard panels that it comes with normally. So as I'm driving down the freeway today, I actually had forgotten. It's been a while since I've been on any long trip on the freeway, and particularly with a lot of wind like we have today. This is kind of a combination of both. So I'm driving down the freeway, and it's windy. We probably have, I don't know, probably 25 to 35 mile an hour wind gusts right now, something like that. It's a pretty windy day, especially when you're out in the open. So I'm driving along, and of course the Jeep gets its normal wind buffeting. It blows you all over the place because it's basically a box on wheels. So I'm cruising, and I get in an area where there are trucks, and there are a lot of trucks around here, especially like you saw in the beginning on the back roads and stuff. And this is particularly scary, I guess, if you're on one of those 2-lane highways like I was, where the speed limit is 55, 65 mile an hour, and you have trucks that are coming towards you. They're going to pass you as you're going down the freeway. So I'm driving, it's windy, and there are the usual myriad of trucks going by. And one comes up on me, and he's going to go by me on the other side, the oncoming side. And when he does that, I get a massive whoosh of wind. I can feel it buffeting the front of the truck, right? Kind of moves a little bit. It actually kind of shifts a little. Now, I don't think it's the truck actually shifting on the road. I mean, you would have to scoot the truck over. It's more so the truck kind of moving around a little bit on the suspension with that big wind gust. But that's not the biggest part. The biggest, most shocking part, the scariest part, is what happens inside the cab with the Sunrider soft top. It bounces almost, and it's due to a pressure change, I guess. That area of wind that envelops you as the truck goes by, and it's usually just a split second after the truck goes by. So I'm driving along, the truck goes by, and whoosh, and the top makes this loud, thumping, bouncing kind of sound. And I think it's actually the canvas material smacking the bars that go across the top, or lifting up slightly, if you will. And then when you go by the truck, or it continues on by, it kind of slams that top back down. And you can feel it in your ears too. It's really like a pressure change, and it probably is, because when that top pulls up, even though it can't be far, it is going to come back down and squish the air a little bit, if you will. So it's something that, if you're not used to, I remember on the first trip that we took, it was something that I hadn't experienced before. I will say, I have been in soft top Wranglers. I used to have, I've had 2 or 3 of them actually, or more, and my wife has one now. So I've driven those on the freeway, and of course, the canvas top smacks the roll bars, and the roll bars across the top, and they make all kinds of noise. So I am used to this, or to that. But this is different. This is more of a thud coming from the top, and it really can catch you off guard if you're not used to it. So it's just something to be aware of, I guess. I get a lot of comments out there. People talk about wind noise, and basically just the noise of the Jeep Gladiator altogether, which, again, it is a Jeep. It's going to make noise. It has just those really thin Freedom panels. There's not much to them, so you're going to get a bunch of noise, particularly if it's raining. If you've ever been in one when it's raining and you get big raindrops, forget about hail. It feels like little marbles smacking across the top of the truck, because they don't come with any kind of sound deadening. There are aftermarket products you can add. My buddy Randall did. He added some aftermarket soundproofing, so I'm sure his is a little bit better. But with just the regular top that comes with it, you do get a lot of noise out of it. I will say that if you leave those tops on, you still do get even a little bit of noise, the same kind of sensation that I'm talking about when a semi goes past in windier conditions like this, because I think they flex a little bit as well. So you do get a little bit of that same kind of effect, although not nearly as severe, when you leave the Freedom panels on the truck. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to get on here, talk about that a little bit. It can be very unnerving if you're not used to it. Downright scary, I think, the first time you encounter it, particularly if the truck also takes a little bit of a shift when you happen to get that sound. Just something a little strange that you're really not expecting when you're driving down the road, particularly in a truck. I think we have kind of this expectation that a truck is going to be sturdier maybe, or a little bit more sound on the road, a little bit stronger on the road than maybe the Jeep Gladiator is, because of the way it's designed in the removable tops. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know if you've experienced this, or is it just me? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive FST, all about my 2021 Toyota Tundra. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.